This is the Long War. I'm Rob Bear, and my partners in crime once again are Kenny Boucher and Juice, Stephen Ford.
Oh, yo, dog.
Yeah, what's up, pimps? How's everybody doing?
Yo, I'm keeping it icy here with a tasty adult beverage and enjoying it responsibly, of course.
My beverage tastes horrible, and I'm not enjoying it responsibly.
Did not make your drink?
Yes.
Oh. Yo, so tonight we got a lot going on. We got the Tabletop Market Watch, lots of new stuff coming out, and then also lots of new rules. And then we got wars on other fronts. We got some notes from the recording over the weekend as well. We busted out. Yeah, we got a new codex. Not too much longer until a new one comes out. And yeah, we got a lot going on here. So let's.
I absolutely cannot wait to jump in and talk about this cult mechanic. We got a test play in today with great friend of the show, Luke. Man, it was.
I literally have no idea what's in that codex, and I can't
we'll tell you.
wait for you to tell me.
Oh, dog! Once we actually talk about it in the point breakdown, I've been having to run numbers in my head. Spoiler alert for later on in the show. It literally is in contention to be the best troop choice in the game, surpassing the Eldar jet bike.
The stupid, scrawny Eldar.
So
I can't wait to hear your justification for that.
So good.
Yep. So as we're getting going, I just want to give some shout outs to people we have live here. We've got Lamont checking in. Great to hear you, Pimp. How's that Blood Angel squad and everything going together? Ash, love all the content last week, Ash. Thanks for hanging in there and doing so much. Jay Cox,
shout out Fallout 4. I literally lost my shit today over Fallout 4 trailer.
It looked good.
Clay Cruz, Void Wraith Prime.
What's up, Clay?
What's happening?
Clay Cruz up in the mountains in North Carolina, man. What's up?
Yep, just kicking it.
Yo, exactly. And two special shout outs. We're going to be able to talk about them a little bit more. And furthermore, we're going to talk about them in tonight's podcast recording that will come out tomorrow. So make sure everybody knows that get your questions in so we can not only talk about them here, but go in detail with them on the podcast for everybody to hear. But a big shout out to Zach Wilford and Craig Shepard, man. I just want to talk to him. And Craig has Robbie B, right? He's got some internet stuff.
He's awesome, dude. Awesome hobbyist, hobby maniac to the full. He's got an awesomely painted Ultramarines, a Horus Heresy army, fantastic looking stuff. And
Did you say Horus Heresy? He's a Horus Heresy army?
He does. Is
that game that you guys made me play recently?
We're not supposed to talk about that. They're not supposed to know yet.
Yo, battle report spoilers. We played a game of 30K.
It's true. We played a great game, and we're gonna show you guys.
Of course, we filmed it because that's what we do at the Long War now.
Yeah. Yo, furthermore, spoiler that hasn't happened yet. Contemptors with assault cannons.
Yeah.
Trust and believe.
You want those. It's so funny. We were playing that Horus Heresy, and it's like, we talked about it ahead of time. We're like, man, I don't know about the appeal to this. And then all of a sudden they get playing it. They're like, oh my God, it's like third edition. And it really is. It's, it's super customizable, super fun. We were explaining it to Luke tonight. He's like, but there's not Space Wolves. And I'm like, dog, you can take a Praetor and you can take whatever rights of war you want and basically make it. If they like drop pods, you can make drop pods as dedicated transports because that's not really a thing in 30K. You can also make the Storm Eagle one. Your dedicated transport. So there's a lot of stuff you can do in 30K. It's very customizable, even if your chapter or legion is not out yet.
Yeah, it's kind of like old school Space Marines where you're both, 2 codexes ago, where you could build your own chapter per se.
Yeah, I remember those days. And I want to really quickly echo Stoner Steve's sentiments, if you guys want to read that out.
Yeah. Stoner Steve jizzed for Fallout 4. Straight up. Stoner Steve, we'll have a conversation later about that.
Yeah, don't
about a conversation we had earlier. But Abe in the house.
What's up, Abe?
Abraham, what is happening?
We're gonna be talking about
is the newest star of the Long War videos. He's up on there right now in the Hall of Veterans.
Yo, newest internet celebrity, Abe. So, and spoiler alert, we've got Abe coming in with some X-Wing. Hashtag.
Yep, play some X-Wing. He's going to be getting some Colt Mechanicus soon.
Branton Yates.
Oh, yeah, man. We were playing them X-Wing games left and right.
Yep. Yo, checking in from across the way, Steve Bruley. I love you, dog.
Yep.
Miss you. Yo, Steve, I actually got a super funny story got to tell you. So you can tell Boba Jellic and everybody about my roommate and what happened when he got into a little stump hole. A peach stump hole, that is.
Oh my goodness.
The story is hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
But furthermore, moving on, I don't want to have too many side conversations. But man, can I just jump everything?
You want to jump into tournament talk?
Literally, I know that we were supposed to have this like structure and talk about this, but like breaking every protocol.
The only thing we're consistent at, Juice.
We can go into tournament talk.
Yo,
so Colt Mechanicus is out.
Colt Mechanic.
And Juice is dubbing on the best troops in the game.
Yo,
what's your reasoning?
All right, so let me just pull open as I'm describing about this situation. So in the top three, so this troop choice.
It's definitely one of the top three. I will 100% agree with that.
So what they do, they're called say that for me.
Cataphron destroyers.
Yeah, I didn't want to butcher that. So the destroyers.
Got you, dog.
So this is for 165 points.
There you go. Give the visual.
Yep. Kenny, tell me if you think this is good. 165 points. You get a 3-man basically artillery unit that is strength and toughness 5, 2 wounds. Now they only have a 4-up save, so that is a lot different than a lot of the artillery.
But they're 2 wounds and they're T5.
2 wounds and T5. Yep. So the weapons that they shoot that they can exchange for, because for some reason they don't just automatically come with them. They come with some stupid plasma. But for free, you can upgrade to a 6-shot, 30-inch range grav cannon.
For 160?
That is 6 shots each.
Let me just explain to you how I feel when you compare that unit to my possessed unit that I'm required to take.
For 160 points.
Hold on, let me.
Which 160 points is better?
Let me just explain to you the sorrow that I feel now.
So let me take the hat off. Reason why this unit is so much better, even potentially than Centurions or anything else. They can always move and shoot 6 inches. They can always. So they have a 30-inch range. They literally have a 36-inch range. Furthermore, guess what?
Is there BS 4?
They are BS3. They're not Blitz Skill 4, but they have what is the name of their
Canticles and Messiah.
So they can boost up their BS once a game.
Well, once a game, unless you take this detachment, which everybody's going to do, especially myself, where you can use twice. 2 canticles throughout the game. Well, that is one of those is basically like it's literally this table is just like the Ultramarines, where your whole army can re-roll to hit.
Yo, literally fucking like that is the greatest troop choice I've ever fucking heard of.
Yo, so furthermore, let me just even tell you, remember how you just said the other day, like, man, I really wish Centurions could get Overwatch. They could.
Are they relentless?
They are relentless.
So they can Overwatch.
They can Overwatch. So now all of a sudden, let me just
not only can they Overwatch.
Yeah. So furthermore, let me just break this down for every detachment.
I'm sighing because this happened to me. I might have lost 2 super good characters. Samael and Belial died to this today.
Yeah, so not only is the canticles, not only do they allow to twin link their shots, but also that this ability can happen twice per game because of this formation. The
detachment, the Colt Mechanicus Battle Congregation in the front of the book.
Yeah, so basically the rundown of this is whenever you're in combat, it doesn't matter if you get charged or they charge you. It doesn't matter. It's a full game turn. For every model that you have in your unit, the opposing charging unit takes 3 strength 4 dash hits at initiative 10. Period. They automatically hit. You just rolled a wound.
It doesn't seem good at first.
But all of a sudden now, this is what happens. I shoot.
That's like 9 hits.
Yeah, 9 hits at strength 4 before they even swing at initiative 10. You know, like, so.
So you shoot, you get Overwatch by grab, you get shot by grab, you get Overwatch by grab, and then you get 9 freaking string 4 hits when you finally get there.
Yeah, and then they
sounds like Tao, man.
Yo, yeah. it is absolutely unbelievable. So let me just last point, and then I'm gonna the Q&A is blowing up. I'm gonna hit it up. Last thing that I'm gonna say. Tell me true or false if this is good. You get an HQ that basically for 105 points does a bunch of cool stuff.
Probably one of the best HQs in the game, point for point.
Has a bunch of cool little
Cody is level HQ.
Cody is level.
Yeah, potential. I don't know.
He's not.
Yeah, I mean
he's a number 2 under Coteus.
He's quality. There's a lot of built-in flair, but you get 6 of these units. Do you know how many? That's 108.
I was about to say that seems like auto wins against some armies.
And hey, guess what? The formation lets you take 6 of these. It's almost like they planned it this way.
Yeah,
That's
100.
amazing. So like all this new War to Lore crap comes out, and then this comes out. I would agree with you, Juice, that in today's world, it's hard to dispute this as a new top contender for troop choice. Are they OBJ?
Oh yeah, OBJ to the
Are they
full.
OBJ in the formation that lets you take 6?
Yeah,
All units in attachment. Let's see.
And the formation lets you do the rinse and repeat twice.
Well,
I mean,
if you take the formation, or excuse me, the detachment, they're not OBJ.
let me put it this way, Juice. So 18 shots at ballistic skill 4 is 9 hits.
9 hits. Yeah,
15 shots at ballistic skill 4 is only 10 hits. Literally, that's a Centaurian unit that costs 260 points. Only gets 10 hits if it doesn't have any other buffs. So this unit for 100 less points gets 1 less hit per turn at a farther range with its grav, and it's OBJ if you don't take out the unit. You really don't need the detachment to take the rinse and repeat
Extra
twice.
No, you really don't. The only reason you take
That will make it the best troop choice if it's OBJ.
Well, yeah, and you can, but the detachment, what's cool about the detachment is lets you do double canticles. And the canticles are, let's go over that real quick. And this is the best case scenario for the canticles. And we'll get to the Q&A right now because I know it's blowing up. But so if you have 8 or more units with the Cult Mechanicus special rule, the first one is all friendly units gain the canticle, gain fearless, which is kind of cool for them. The second one is the one we talked about where in combat they just get wrecked by multiple strength 4 hits. The third one is friendly units reroll all failed to hit rolls when making close combat attacks. Not so effective there, but we still got 3 more, so let's get to those. All friendly units gain stealth and shrouding. Okay, cool. That's all right.
That's good.
Friendly units get 3 to their strength characteristics, so that can be broken for the Baymax, the robot looking things. And then the last one is reroll all failed to hit rolls when making shooting attacks. So doing that twice and doing a combat thing when they actually hit you, it might be worth it.
Let me put it this way. Marnius Calgar basically does the same thing for Ultramarines right now, but not every successful Ultramarine army needed Marnius Calgar.
Well, what I love is for that, everything we said for objective secure without having the double is only 1,095 points. So let me just run down last thing that you compare with it. How about 3 Flying Hive Tyrants in this army? How about 2 Knights?
Titans,
Yeah,
or 2 Knights.
I was actually going to say that you need something else, honestly, because it's this classic grav trap. You go hard in the paint with that, and then you go against demons.
Yep. So last thing, demons. Kenny or Robbie B, will you read the entry on there about their ability to ignore cover?
Ignore cover. Which
what
one
is
was
there?
that?
They
have a weapon?
Yeah, they have the gun where if it shoots and it does a wound to you, you ignore a. It's
minus 1 to your cover save, or what is it?
Yeah, it's -1 to their cover save.
Oh, the phosphor round.
Yeah, it's
or
got
the illumination round.
Does it stack with as many as you have, or is it just like an Auspex?
It stacks. So like if you have an Auspex, it would stack with something else. As long
No, I
as
mean like
multiple units
Auspex
shoot it-
doesn't stack with Auspex. But does this phosphorus round stack with phosphorus round?
Let me check. It's the phosphor special rule.
Because if it stacks with
Or
itself,
aluminum.
that would be something amazing.
I think it does.
But yeah, so I mean, but there's a lot of stuff that's built in. Like obviously, you don't even have to have 6. You can have. Luke's list tonight to kind of tell everybody he had 3 units of this, 2 close combat units that shoot haywire because he wanted some balance. Then he had 2 of the Storm Fangs or Storm Claws, whatever it is, that shoot the gunship that shoots the multi-melta's last cannon and the frost cannon. The Assassin, which is huge, that cuts off all the psychic abilities. So Robbie B's Terminator unit that has this 2-up in bone because of all the rolls that he does or the combination that he acquires. Literally, turn 3, he was like, all right, my Assassin's on. All your stuff is turned off, and I'm going to shoot you 1 billion times.
That seems good.
Yep, and then he had he took Company of the Great Wolf to get all this stuff, and he took 2 Rune Priests one Rune Priest and 2 Wolf Priests, right? Or excuse me, I said that backwards.
Preferred enemies.
Yeah. So he's got 1 unit that's got preferred enemy. Then he's got these 2 Iron Priests on the Thunder Cap with 3 Thunder Wolves each, basically being able to
3 Cyber Wolves each.
Yeah,
it's a very optimized list. I feel like you know because you have the Assassin, you have all this buffs, these natural preferred enemy buffs to the already like ridiculous shooting and ridiculous
makes me feel good about being a demon player, man. With no
and the fact that you got flyers too, so you can deal with flying things. You know, like it was a very well-rounded list. Like, I won't lie. Like, very well-rounded. And it turns out that the list I was playing was illegal. So you got to go back to the drawing board on that one.
No. Illegal for what tournament?
For stupid tournaments that don't allow everything.
Yeah, I was say, I bet, don't get it twisted. You weren't playing an illegal army. You were playing
first
an
off,
army that doesn't fit somebody else's idea of what Warhammer 40K is.
I want to do a shout out to Fallen Cypher. You know, he just pulled a whole bunch of like the crowd out in Louisville, Kentucky, and you know, there's like 300 some dudes out there, and you know, doing a poll kind of like the ITC. And it turns out that a lot of them voted for being able to play with whatever, but they weren't still comfortable with Forge World units, you know? So it seems like popular opinion really is shifting to the kind of all-in type thing.
And I can't even blame them. For years, I've always said that. You know what? Forge World's a model-making company, not a rules-making company. And a lot, I mean, that's still truth on a lot of their units. A lot of their units don't have realistic rules. In both ways. I'm not saying, like, too good. Some of the units, like, in the same breath, you can have this amazing unit for its points, and then this other unit is pure shit, you know?
That's absolutely unplayable.
Like, that's their biggest problem.
Yeah,
Juice, jump into the Q&A real quick. I know we've been telling these guys. We're going to shout them out.
So Abe, actually, first up, he wants to know, how about some Colt Mechanicus and Demonkin? Gunline Colt with the big unit of hordes. Yo, I literally thought about 15 different setups, you know, that you could add this Colt Mechanicus grav. Basically, any army that you needed grav with before, you have it. You have it very cheaply, and it's all objective secured. Like, oh man, it's unbelievable. Ash, I love this. This was me yesterday. Possess squads are what happens when a chaos god takes a mean shit after some Mexican food. Damn.
Stoner Steve bought 48 of those Cataphragm destroyers.
Oh, you know who else bought a bunch? Rusty bought that super formation.
Oh, Rusty,
the $800 one with the like exclusive data sheet formation. And
yeah, I tell you,
that's no joke.
We were halfway playing through this game. Luke and I looked at each other. We were like, "Word, we need to do this." Robbie B's distributor called in. We're like, "Yo, how many do you have? We'll take them all."
It's true, that happened.
These guys are.
Fatty J is checking in from Vancouver. What are you doing out there? Making movies?
Yo, he's buying his pot. That's what he's doing.
Yo,
getting his drugs. He lives in Colorado. He's not getting his drugs there, though.
Oh, that's true.
Canadian bacon.
Yeah, I remember when I went out to visit Kenny. I was like, "Yo, what are all those like green crosses on them buildings out here?" You're like, "Yeah, you can buy pot there." I was like, "Really?"
Yeah, all the pot you want.
Everybody else can. You can, because that will kill you.
I know, and then I realized that they have gluten, and I can't smoke pot anymore.
Poor Rob.
Yo, famous Amos chilling in the house.
But I can still drink liquor.
Only some liquors.
Oh man, I know. Fatty J, I know it's like John Ryden, but all I can think is John Ryder. I feel like that's like a baller, like Mortal Kombat name or something, like John Ryder.
Oh yeah, he looks like a Mortal Kombat fighter too. Abe is like, "Damn you, Rusty! I was sold out when I tried to get them."
Oh,
it's true.
Yo, Rusty just sent me a text.
Abe, you got to pull the trigger quicker, bro.
No, Abe, he's already down. He's down to sell it to you, but at a 20% up cost.
That doesn't seem fair.
Rusty, I'm down to take 10%. My cost, my cut if he takes that deal.
Yep.
Yo, so we got the Twitter's update or the Twitch. We have not done anything, so make sure you always hit us up here, 9 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday.
We had to choose between the podcast and Twitch, what was launching. So we took a vote, and then we got outvoted by the cats.
Yep. It turns out that I set it up, so I actually have a majority vote because I have 3 cats.
Yep.
Well, yeah, it was actually somehow there was 3 of us, and it was a split vote. One person raised their hand twice.
Or pause.
So we had to put it to the cats. But man, I love, you know what Amos can always put in. I always feel like whenever I read something, it's always the truth. But he's like, he feels that Forge World is just as unbalanced as 40K. They both have good and bad units, and some of the Forge World Heresy stuff is really well balanced internally. So no, I completely agree. There's just as much stuff. I think the reason why it's something that we can control as a tournament or as tournament organizers. So why? Not saying that I believe that you should not have Forge World, but I think the point that they're trying to say is let's just not add more unbrokenness to something, even though they have well-balanced units. Let's just try to struggle with what we got. But no, I completely agree.
Well, Forge rolled Johnny on the spot to fix their shit, though.
Yeah,
like
they are. They've gotten a lot better.
I've got Malanthropes right now that I've been dying to play, but I haven't even been able to paint them because nobody will let me play with Forge rolled out here.
Now, Juice, now that you've blown my mind with this potentially new best troop choice in the game, what's the situation like with Space Marines right now, man? Like, I have not been keeping up.
Yeah, I was actually going to hit on that in the Tabletop Market Watch. Yeah. And I also a listener actually sent me in the rules for the new Assault Squad. So I was those are actually going up on Spiky Bits at 4 a.m. in the morning. But I was going to drop them on y'all tonight just to give y'all a head start.
48 hours away from new Space Marine decks. Like,
yeah, for real though. Yeah, so look, I'm on board with Space Marines. I got my Marius background all ready to go.
Playa.
You know something's going on when Britney Spears isn't back there.
We're about to film 100 billion new Space Marine battle reports as soon as this codex comes out.
Yeah, so it looks like Dark Angels might have got pushed back. Like we'll talk about that here shortly. Like how the rest of the month's kind of shaping up.
Oh, Lamont, let me just jump in. I apologize. Yes, I would 100% times 10 go AdMech over Skitarii allies for Blood Angels. 100%. Let me just tell you, with this is what Blood Angels have been needing. They don't have access to the grab. They don't have access to Centurions. Dark Angels, so many armies. I can't even fathom. Like, it is ridiculous. Some of the metas right now that are giving you the worst trouble in your area literally can be fixed with 3 to maybe 4 squads of these troop choices. I mean,
the Cadillac destroyers.
Yeah, oh my god, I love it. The catalytic destroyers. Yes. And furthermore, we've always said this is something. The reason why that the Eldar built-in Twin Link, built-in everything else, the reason why they're so good is that they can have some wasted units because they're so point efficient. For the first 1,200 points, the last 600, it's okay if you want to go a little fluffy or whatever else. I honestly feel that some of the Blood Angel units, maybe now this much grab firepower coming from as support with
seriously, an ally, 20, you can get 2 of these OBJ, and that's more firepower than Centurions have ever been.
Yeah, and to be honest, you can take them as base and then just use allies as, with any one of the detachments with Blood Angels.
Flesh Test Strike Force, baby. Yeah. Flesh Test Strike Force in this.
I honestly believe that if you take fatty squads of Assault Marines with jump packs and feel no pain, I feel like you can run them now if you have 108 grab shots as support behind you.
And we don't even know what's in the Marine Codex yet. Like, we know there's going to be formations and detachments in the Marine Codex because every codex that's come out in the past year has had formations and detachments. So who knows what's going to be in there? Fast attack drop pods, etc. Like, we don't know. And I feel like that since there's all these ridiculous ways to get grav, people are worried about grav drop pods and grav, oh my God, what if they made fast attack drop pods and be able to take grav Centurions? Dog, you can take AdMech guys with grab. This is like 10 times better than Centurions right now. Like, I wouldn't even sweat that. Like, I expect to see that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Sean,
yo, check it out, Amos.
Oh yeah,
but really, how much control is there when everything else, Knights / Eldar, is already bananas? Nothing in Forge World rule sets, when played in 40K or otherwise, is any more unbalanced. Is there? Come on. He's like, yo, straight up, tell me, like, what is there? Is there anything in Forge World that's more unbalanced right now?
Yes, I can name a few, like the Lynx. I think the Lynx is still super over. Not
Lynx
good.
is a little,
like in all.
Once you realize how that holofield works, you're like, wait.
Yeah. Furthermore, my last one, like, I really honestly believe, even though Space Marines, they can use all the help and need all the help they can. Like, I honestly believe Severin Loth, I don't think he should be allowed. Like, he's too.
He's technically not legal.
He technically doesn't even have 7th edition rules.
He doesn't even have rules, dog. Like, he's so not legal.
You know why? Because they're gonna wait and they're gonna put out a Badab War book, and he's gonna be in there because that's where he came from, and they're working up to that. And
everyone who plays him in the army secretly knows that, like, half of his rules don't make any sense because he's not meant to be played.
AdeptiCon made him legal, and they made him able to get the ability to get the 2-up invulnerable. You can't get divination, so he's not super broken in that regard.
No, but I mean, it's still what it is. Like, but I'm not trying to hate it because I'm sure Amos's first response is going to be, because I know he's on his game, is like, yo, and I love it. He already said, yeah, the links is broke.
The links,
but and
the links is
Amos,
stupid, bro.
yeah, he shoots it straight, so he'll realize, like, yes, I understand that Space Marines, they need help in the 41st millennium. Like, so they need somebody like Severin Love, but that still doesn't mean that he's not too overpowered and too broken. Like,
But there's imbalances in everything. I mean, you compare the Phantom. You compare the Phantom Titan for 2,500 points to the new Warlord Titan for 2,750. It's not even a comparison. It blows away the Phantom Titan.
I hope that the new Space Marine Titans, just take a big stomp walk over all the Eldar Titans. Literally, just squat on all of them.
That's
so Sean Brown, ladies and gentlemen, it's always a special night when Sean Brown checks in. I love it. Oh, and speaking of Titans, and whatever, he has been head down painting a Warhound. Spoiler alert. About a report coming up. Warhound.
Uh-oh.
Brass Scorpion.
Warhound Titan.
Yeah, that's true.
Macro cannon. Maybe
a macro cannon.
A lot of super heavies.
So.
All right. Well, I think we should switch over to the Tabletop Market Watch. We kind of lollygagged on that. I don't think there's anything else we could say without knowing 100% what the new rules are for the Space Marines and how that's going to affect. Obviously, Cult Mechanicus is a thing, and
we'll be here right out the gate, shooting from the hip with Space Marine lists on film. So
like Space Marines are going to be so huge next Saturday. Definitely, I'll have an unboxing out, tactics videos, all that stuff. Like, we will be constant contact on that one, I'm sure. So
yeah, and for everybody who's tuned in, make sure we will talk more in depth tonight in the podcast, to make sure you listen in about the new Adeptus Mechanicus, other units and things like that, because there's the catalytic destroyers are not just
Cadillac destroyers.
Catalytic destroyers. They're not just the only
Cadillac,
thing in there. So
with the windows rolled down.
Steve Bruley, did you get that Demon Prince finished? Gotta know.
Yo, so we got this week coming out. We got the Assault Squad, Space Marine Assault Squad. We'll talk about the rules in a minute as soon as I find them on my phone. Apparently, I have to smash it on the phone on the floor to get all the files out.
I'm the tech guy. Let me do this.
I got it. Thank you, though. It took me 2 hours to hook up your printer. It's rough. So how about them upgrade sprues? What was it, 1325? You get a little sprue, like a little clamp pack screw. It's got 10 shoulder pads. It's got the Blood Angels one. It's got the red grail bit, the money bit we've been waiting for like 5 years.
Yeah, I love how you put that in, and I didn't even think about that tonight. We were talking about it, and first gut shot, our boy Luke was like, man, that's kind of expensive. And Robbie B's like, yo, that includes 10 shoulder pads that you used to have to pay like $8 or $12 for.
Yeah, $1.25 a shoulder pad. And when they were pewter, and they barely fit. They didn't fit, and it
sucked.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden you get all these fresh shoulder pads, and on top of that you get the freshest other bits like the
heads. Sweet ass
stuff.
swords. All sorts of stuff. Luke was talking about that head, the wolf head, and then there's like one with long hair that looks really cool. The Dark Angels get like the one with the feather helm and everything, and they get that sweet sword. The Space Marine one's pretty dope. Like they look good for $13.25. You buy one of those, you buy a box set or whatever. You can make it, your particular chapter if you want. Like it's pretty dope, and especially because it looks like we're only going to see 2 box sets coming out, like the Devastator.
Those are all 3D shoulder pads, 3D icons and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I've always said, fuck a decal, man. Decals are stupid. Just get 3-dimensional shoulder pads. They're so much cooler. I'm so glad to see this pack.
Oh yeah, I mean it's such a cool thing to buy because if you think about it, you walk into a game store, you walk into a G-Dub store, and what are you going to get out of there for $20? Maybe some paints and a paintbrush. Well, now you can buy an upgrade kit. Like they should really do more upgrade kits. Like I would walk in and buy like a like for the Eldar, for the whatever, it's just an impulse buy that's justifiable. Like I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
And then there's decal sheets too, but you kind of heard Kenny's stance on that.
Yeah, but
decal sheets in
there. Yeah, you got to throw them in there because some people, some people like myself, we can't freehand stuff. People like myself, I can't use decals either, but it's nice to know that they're there, and I look at them all the time. Like I have that option if I ever wanted to pay somebody to put decals on them. But I wanted to hit on something you just said with walk into a GW store and you can kind of buy something for $20. I know we've kind of mentioned this before, but please, everybody in your local area, talk to your TOs that run events. Stop running tournaments and your first place prize is $60 store credit. Get out of here. What can you get with that? I haven't played anything. I haven't played, and I'm not just saying that because I want to go in and I want to just hit some babysit. Like, I haven't played in a local event because I had so much going on. I've ran local events. I'm still involved, and I'll still do what I can. But I mean, you think about it, like, let's step up this game. I don't want to, like, people don't want to spend a whole 12 to 14 hours on a Saturday and have a $10 entry fee for a game where the minimum buy-in for an HQ is $32.50. Like, let's step up our game, talk to your local TOs. If you're going to spend, what can you spend an entire Saturday doing that costs you $10? If you can do it, it's not worth doing. You know what I mean? Like, let's step it up, make sure whoever you
additionally, like, just thinking like soda sales alone are out of control.
Yeah, I mean,
for real. In some stores, you get less than that. Like we get it. There's a house cut, an unspoken house cut, but let's spread it out. Make sure first, second, and third get something.
Well, at the very least, as a local tournament organizer or / gaming store owner, I recognize that Warhammer 40K is not maybe the most popular or the biggest seller in the store, but don't ask why no one's showing up anymore if you don't implement these things that Juice is talking about.
Yeah, no doubt.
God, exactly, man. Like, thank you. Like, that is, I couldn't have said it any better. It's like, seriously, if you wonder why your tournament, just once, so you'd be like, hey, look, today's Saturday event is a $25 buy-in. First place gets $100. Second, third, fourth, let fourth and fifth place get $20 or something. Something that doesn't matter because you can't even get 3 paint pods for $20. But let's make sure you reward, bring in hobby back. Let's make sure that the guy who wins best painted doesn't get $17.50 in store credit.
Yeah, because what can you buy for $17?
Get out of here. You can't even get 2 paintbrushes with that.
Well, I mean, okay, all right. If it's a game store, you can probably buy something for $17.50, but if it's a G-Dub store, that's about all you can buy. You know what I mean?
Yep. So, Famous Sam, finally started work on my Chaos Army. Hey, what do you guys think about Norse Marines? Kenny Robb?
Did they say Chaos? Is that Chaos Noise Marines?
Yep, Chaos Noise Marines. Now,
there's only one way to play them. Put 20 of them with the Rapture Standard, all sonic blasters that ignore cover, Huron Blackhearts, make them infiltrate.
Yep. Put them in a piece of terrain that's got 4 or 5 up in the center of the table. And
you have 20 guys that have feel no pain, ignore cover. You infiltrate them and immediately jump into the Demon Codex and get as many Slanesh Seekers and other things out of that if you're trying to go that theme. Like, your only piece of fluff break will be here on Blackheart, but you need a guaranteed infiltrate to make some of those units work.
Love it.
You also take something that I like, but it doesn't work so much now. Black Legion, the Death's Hand, was my favorite piece of war gear to give a Slanesh Lord on bike. And I would link him up with 10 Chaos Bikers with the Feel No Pain banner. So, that's some tech nobody ever thought about. Basically 11 toughness 5 guys with Feel No Pain screaming up the cut. And Death's Hand is this one attack that's strength 10, armor bane, flesh bane, AP 1, instant death. And you have initiative 6 guy who has it. So basically, that used to be Dead Wraith Knight, dead, all sorts of dead things. Kills a Bloodthirster, you know what I mean? There's all sorts of little secret techs you can play to Slanesh. I think you can absolutely play a Slanesh Chaos Army.
Love it. Love it. Steve Bruley, a follow-up to my question. Yep, he said the D-Thirster's done. Whenever you get time, man, send us some pictures. We'd like to see what it looks like. Working on some drones for Daryl. Oh, man, I can't wait. My shine is your shine. I love it. You guys think so? First off, thank you, because it makes my day every time I get that sweet peach on my lips. But do you guys think, he's posing a question.
And we have a story about that.
Drakes, are they coming back? Should you do some work? They should do some work on Eldar Jetbikes. Yes. Furthermore, I think Helldrakes are going to be back. I also think MSU Space Marines are back. Wave Serpents are on the outs. They don't have the firepower. They don't have the ignore cover as much as they do this and this. So where if I had 7 Razorbacks or Rhinos, I just knew that if I faced, one Eldar guy, they were just going to mow me down. Now I only have to weather the first round that they pop off all their shields and do all that. As long as I can get through that, maybe I hold myself in reserve, something. But yes, so I think it will do good against Eldar. I also think it'll do good against the up-and-coming Space Marines. So Helldrakes, if you got 3 or 4 of them, an army that is never bad is 100 zombies and 4 Helldrakes, right?
No, for reals. I mean, it might be boring to play, but if you can sprinkle at least 2 Helldrakes into your list, like I have a million army lists that have 2 Helldrakes in them just because like they answer they're a problem solver.
Yo, so getting back a little bit to the stuff that's coming out in the next couple weeks. So we got the Devastators and the Space Marine Codex coming out next week. We talked about that, how we're going to be Johnny on the spot with that Space Marine Codex. There's like 6 limited edition codexes coming out too, $165 each. Do you guys think it's worth with all the like hyper rules coming out? These collector's editions.
Did they also release their exchange rate on food stamps?
Yeah, I mean, if I can give them $300 on food stamps, I mean that'd be fine.
Yeah. Now, like, to be honest, like, think about this. Like, let's put it in perspective because everybody has forced our hand, not even forced our hand, but like tipped our hand. We've been on the fence, but 30K. So it is in our bloods now. Like, we're talking about 30K. We're thinking about lists. The train has left the station. Like, 30K is about to be everywhere. But with that being said, the Imperial Armor, or what was the book that Horus Heresy 5 that just came out?
Tempest.
This book is amazing for $125 ship. Get out of here.
Yeah,
like this.
Yeah, those books are phenomenal, man.
Very high quality stuff.
Yeah.
The presentation. They make brand new fantastic backgrounds to photograph, to put the models in.
Yo, Indiana
like,
Jones broke in, pushed the Holy Grail aside to pick up one of these books to try to drink out of. Like, it is unbelievable.
No, you're right about that. Like those books, I like those. I don't care about the rapid release. I enjoy that, but what I don't like is I don't like the price tag attached to the rapid release. Like I literally have my Space Marine Codex right now that I spent like $70 on that I love still. And it was special edition or whatever it was, $100. And it's like, I got to buy some new joint. Like I'm not happy about that, but GW's going to get paid. I understand that. I'm just not going to pay them.
And then we got the Devastators coming out the same week. You know, a lot of people are looking at those pictures, kind of seeing the way they redesigned the legs, saying maybe they'll be able to move and fire.
Relentless? Oh my god.
Like they got some like reinforced leg armor kind of thing. Like that looks pretty dope.
Robbie B, I feel like if you got reinforced leg armor, you would be able to move and fire.
I would be unstoppable. There is a reason God made me this way, like, tall and scrawny.
Mm-hmm.
He handicapped me.
Power.
It's fine.
You are basically Samuel L. Jackson and unbreakable. So
they call me Mr. Glass.
Mr. Glass. Yo, Zach Boyden's got a question. He's like, yo, Rob, do you remember the good old auction days at GW?
Oh, man. Yo, there's so much good GW stuff that I remember. Like, it was such a – I remember you remember the Skulls program where you could get, like, free stuff?
Yes.
Bits by the pound, pre-metal. You used to be able to buy this stuff before it was even released. Like, man.
Our boys. Get out of here.
Our boys.
Our boys with support. T-shirt support, everything else. Get out of here.
Such good times. And now they don't even open up store copies of books in the store. Like, get the fuck out of here. And first of all, do not demonize your local GW manager people. They're just local dudes, just working the counter, just like you and me, just working a job, behind the counter at Starbucks, behind the counter, whatever. They just do what GW tells them to do. Sometimes they bend the rules, whatever. But like, I walked into the GW store down here with these guys. And, I bought the new AdMech stuff to do the unboxings because I was out of town and I had to get it done, because that's what I do. And, dude's like, hey, when I hit my goals, I buy pizza and soda for everybody. And I was like, man, I just spent $122. I'm going to go get me a soda.
Yeah, shout out to the GW store in Durham. Is that where it was?
Yeah, Durham.
Whoever the manager is or
nice guy, the
pimp behind the counter, like, yes.
Yeah, so yes, they might not have these codexes and everything comes shrink wrap now and blah, 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 White Dwarfs, rule books and everything. Don't demonize that guy behind the counter because he just does what GW tells him to do. Don't shoot the messenger. But it's kind of fun.
Follow up for Zach. Wait. Got to go back.
What?
30K battle reports?
Yeah, we did one of those. You guys asked for it.
Church.
And I bugged the shit out of these guys to get it done last weekend. I was like, we're doing this.
They were like, we don't want to do it. It's so stupid.
Yeah,
we ended up liking it.
look at this. I've got 1 billion of this. I'm obviously going to, and then we started playing and we were like, oh my, the rule set, the mission set up, the deployments. I mean, I have nothing but positive.
Should we tell them what armies?
Yeah. Break them down.
Emperor's Children versus Blood Angels. We had a Contemptor on each side.
Yep.
A Storm Eagle. The Emperor's Children had a Storm Eagle.
Spoiler alert, real quick. It was on Contemptor. One had guns, one didn't.
It wasn't really fair.
All right.
But that's all we had. Like we don't literally these armies. These armies are thousands of dollars, and not even counting the paint jobs on these armies. Like we had to borrow this stuff to even get this done. Like ridiculous. Like that game is super expensive, but it's super rewarding because it's super fluffy. It doesn't change. You know, you get 10 models.
Yeah, we played 1250, and I'll tell you. We realized their marketing scheme when we looked at their little book, and it said, we recommend playing 1750 to 3000. Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
you do.
Because this 1250 point army
is 1250 point
it was
dollars.
Like $1,100, like point for $1. Like, But I will say, sometimes I feel let down whenever I spend money in GW, and I feel like I don't get my dollar's worth because maybe the rules, maybe the model, whatever it is. I have to admit, looking in as from what I've seen so far with Horus Heresy, I feel like it is a game that, hey, look, if you ain't got money, don't play. You know, or don't play.
It's the golf of tabletop miniatures, man. Like if you're talking about yo, if you don't got $20,000 a year to throw out your golf course, you're not gonna play golf, dog.
Yeah, but like I honestly believe that it's a satisfaction. I honestly believe that if you spend $1,000 in GW, they're going to change the rules, and maybe this army is invalid. But I honestly believe, from right now, my stance is I'll back out at any point in time. But as of right now, I feel that I will get my $1,000 worth of an army with Horus Heresy.
Oh, it's easy. I mean, you already did. Before you even bought the first model in that army, Juice, you already did. Because, I mean, think about like how much fantasizing you did about stupid assault cannons and Contemptor dreadnoughts.
Oh, yeah. He's
like dog, you literally
what?
burned like 3 hours today on that. That's 3 hours entertainment, dog. You know what I mean? And then think about all the calling each other on the phones, talking about this and that. I mean, then building the models and hobbying out, and then I mean, like, dude, when you play your game, you've already gotten your investment 5-6 times over by the time you
even get this stuff
on the table.
Between the and then the awesome campaign missions in each of these books. Like I was telling these guys, I was like, yo, you're gonna like these missions, and they're like, all right, what's the mission? I was like, you set fire to buildings, and they're like,
yep, we played setting buildings on fire on high ground, and it was amazing.
Yeah, we literally, Kenny and I were both looked at each other like, I want to set stuff on fire. And then the other one was like, no, I want to set stuff on fire.
And there's 6 of these missions in each book. There's a whole like campaign, like you can get a bunch of your friends together, and that's what they want you to do, and play this campaign through for each of these books.
Man, Kenny, I want you to know, like, you kind of blew my mind right there with something. Like, I feel like I'm a simple-minded individual. Like, I'm not hard to please everything else or to understand. But, what you just dropped on us was true knowledge. Literally, when you spend $50 on a kit, you aren't just buying the models and the time in which you are literally buying the time in which you talk about these new models with your friends. Like that's part of the enjoyment of the game. Mm-hmm. I'm on the phone with these guys hours and hours of every day.
It's true.
Then I put them together. Then I paint them. Then by the time that they actually make it to the tabletop, like, I mean, that's
just the pinnacle.
Yeah, I've literally never once thought about it in that manner. I'm just like, also because I don't really like painting and putting models together that much, but like I do enjoy getting high score on Army Builder.
No, we play Army Builder every freaking day, dude. Like,
I mean, it is so. I mean, dang, like you literally blew my mind. I was sitting there as you were saying that. I was like, man, that is, I couldn't have. It's amazing. Love it.
No, for real. It's super fun, and it's not just about the game. It's about that social commitment. Spending that 3 hours playing with somebody. Having a blast. Like it's awesome.
Yeah, Angelo can't wait to run his 30K Thousand Suns with his boy Magnus.
Supposedly that's going to be the next book series. There's probably going to be another Calth book. So that would probably be like book 7 and 8. If I had to guess.
Hey, Robbie B, don't the rumors indicate that the new drop pod will not allow very bulky, only power armor units in a Rhino?
Haven't 100% heard. Now I'm just going to paraphrase because I can't bring them up on my phone. But I've seen the rules for the assault squad. Somebody sent them in to me already. They got the squad already, but like it is a dedicated transport. It doesn't have separate rules. Now, remember when the assault squad used to be able to get that drop pod for free? Now the same thing is going to cost you 115 points for 5 dudes. In the instruction manual for the actual assault squad, there's no options for a grad pistol or anything like that, which we know there's a grad pistol in there. So we're not seeing the complete rules yet. But that being said, there may not be a whole lot of bonuses. So it looks like, and we know there's a storm shield, or excuse me, a combat shield and a thunder hammer in there too. Didn't see the rules for that. So as of right now, they look kind of buster. But that doesn't mean that when the book comes out next Saturday, that they won't have all these additional options. And I wouldn't rule out a fast attack drop pod, honestly. Will Centurions be able to fit in it? I think that's the big thing. But they can fit in every other drop pod, so why not, right?
Yeah, last thing I want to see is them make some stupid, no very bulky models in this drop pod, but not change that in any other source. So we're back to that whole Dark Angels have 4+ invulnerable storm shields that only work in close combat, and everyone else has regular storm shields.
That's a sketchy area. Nick Bush, thanks for checking in, man. Bitswagon.
The Bitswagon was awesome.
Love it.
That's what got me interested. And spoiler alert, 10 years ago this year, I started Battle Wagon Bits. So
it's been a decade since Rob Bear invented bits.
He
actually discovered
bits off the sprue. Bits off the sprue. I didn't discover electricity. I figured out how to put it to good use. So now it's been a crazy 10 years, man. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
And don't forget, guys, best comments, the most insightful questions are going to make it through to the podcast. So don't be shy. I see there's 24 people watching this right now. I only see about 6 people commenting actively. We use this as material for our podcast. Please do not hesitate to mention anything.
Exactly. Abe wants to know, is that Atomic Empire that we're talking about? And actually, no, we're actually talking about the GW
Storm Raleigh by the
Pinecrest Point.
Pinecrest Point.
Yeah, Pinecrest Point. It was a nice store, nice area. If you want to pay full retail for all your stuff, hit it up, or be part of the community there, hit it up. Free pizza and soda.
Yep. Jay Cox getting 2 battles on other fronts. He got his fleet in for Star Wars Armada.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we haven't done a whole lot with that, but we've been doing some X-Wing for sure. Talked about the.
We're not ready for Armada yet, man. I just learned how to move a ship. I learned how to do an evade.
Instead of saying jinking in the last battle report, he kept saying, "I'm going to evade." I was like, I wonder if he knows this is a different game.
Love it. Yo, Rusty, speaking of, we brought you up a couple times. He's like, yo, it's okay, everybody. Rusty is here.
Rusty is here.
Love it.
Made it.
Rusty, send me that data sheet. I need it. I'll share it with the world.
Rusty, I know you're on my Patreon page, but if we can just switch that to you sending me ticket every month, then that would solve a lot of problems at my house right now.
Like, no, I'm not spending my paycheck on alcohol. People are just sending me alcohol for my paycheck.
Yeah, I'll be able to explain it to my lady a lot easier.
Okay, so Famous Amos is hitting us right now. We're talking about the limited edition stuff. I got both the Dark Eldar and Harlequin special editions. And I should have learned from I
don't know what that word is.
Thank you. The DeLoreans. But it was just a ripoff. Then GW is literally just keep throwing out books and books by Horus Heresy.
I have never regretted buying a Horus Heresy book. And to tell you what, I was really lucky to be at AdeptiCon last year, and they had the box set. They came with the little, you could get the campaign book, and you could get the campaign legions, and it came with enough room to put all 3 books in with book 3, and I was able to.
Oh, you and all those other suckers bought that,
dude. It was like the same price. Like, who cares? And then they came out with the separate books, the little mini books, but there's a really sweet art book that came in it. And I tell you what, that thing is pimp. And you know what? I've been super happy with that. They tried to do it with book 4, Conquest, they tried to do a limited edition. They didn't sell that well, so I don't think we're going to see single limited edition books from Forge World again for Horus Heresy because it did not go over well. But we will see some of those 3-packs again and stuff like that. And they're generally pretty fun to buy.
Yeah, speaking about stuff that would go over well, like Branton Yates, man, I think you would definitely 100% agree with this. He'd definitely be picking up a few of those Dark Angels frames and upgrade kits, along with the new Chappie and Libby, which I completely agree.
Oh, that Chaplain
the new Chappie
is the truth.
Yeah,
so good looking. And he's got 2 different weapon options and heads.
Yeah, but they all put down the smackdown. You know, like,
yeah.
So good looking.
That is the truth.
I'm all about that Chaplain's strong man.
Yep. So, but what I love about his next statement is, that he only wished that they would start doing sculpted squad markings.
Oh, like the
Shoulder
tactical
pads.
pad or like
Yes.
the Devastator symbol?
Oh my goodness, mind
Dude,
blowing. Yes,
they
I
could
absolutely
literally
love it.
sell sprues of just that, like 20 of them for like $20, and they would sell.
Buy them.
Yeah, like that is a great splash release. You heard it here first. Coming this year.
Yeah, hopefully Long War gets some royalties.
Yeah, we won't. But
We won't.
but it'll help the hobby. So
We'll
that's
probably
okay.
actually get a cease and desist order.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
All reality.
Like, what are you stupids doing?
Yeah, first off, GW, if you ever try to give me a cease and desist order, you will sue us. Half a 0 is still 0, guys.
Yeah, first off.
Don't get it twisted.
Yo, and first of all, congratulations to Graham McNeil, Black Library, famous author, author of Storm of Iron, one of my favorite books. He took a job at Riot Games, being their head writer.
He's writing for League of Legends now, I guess.
Yeah, same company. And, he's moving his whole family to California, San Francisco area. And he will still be, moodlighting, doing books for Black Library as well. So that's good. Good on him. Good to see these guys, still
That's a
getting
busy
out
man
there
right there, man.
Dan Abnett had an active role in Guardians of the Galaxy. We'll see more of that. Marvel ain't gonna sit on their butt on that one because that movie did.
Good gracious,
Really
I never
good.
knew that.
Yeah, Dan Abnett was one. He wrote the comic books.
Oh,
Yeah, Dan Abnett he writes X-Men. He writes everything.
trendsetters right here,
Yeah, these guys, these GW guys, there's good writers, good sci-fi writers.
And to be honest, like most of the new games that are coming out, if I'm not mistaken, they have GW employees behind the rules makings and everything else.
Yep.
That's saying a lot.
They got some guys with Mantic, Alessios writing the fantasy rules.
Drop Zone Commander, is that correct? Is that some guys from GW or no?
Former GW guys.
Yeah, correct.
Yep, a lot of them. Army Painter guys were old. Remember Paul Sawyer, fat bloke from the White Dwarf days back in the 90s. He is part of
I don't
Army
know.
Painter.
Did he write did any of these guys write what was I gonna say? I had a super good joke lined up and then you blew my mind with 90.
You lost it.
Literally shut my mind down.
Lamont is saying, do you guys think the new formation that allows you to have all the free upgrades if you take Admech, Scutari, and Knights? Actually, I don't know about this.
Yeah, it was the Conclave or something. It was in the White Dwarf. It was a White Dwarf exclusive. It lets you take a Knight, it lets you take Scutari, and it lets you take the Cult Mechanicus. But the stuff all affects each thing, but the Canticles only affect Cult Mechanicus, so you can't affect the Knights because they're technically not a Cult Mechanicus.
I guess that's for the best.
It might be a little broken, but it gives you a good way to get all the stuff, and it's only like 1,500 points once you take this formation. So if you take the minimums, it's still pretty good, to be honest.
Okay. So, Ash, I've been waiting. I'm sorry that I remember the topic that got brought up and your question kind of got pushed down to the bottom. I apologize. Ash's statement is saying Helldrakes got hit too hard with the nerf back. The 45-degree firing angle arc is R-bomb. We don't use that word anymore. And it should at least be 180 degrees, firing all around. All right, cool. Now, Ash, I'm not saying that you are a bad player. I'm not saying anything else like that. What I am saying, only good players are good with Helldrakes right now. Literally,
That's true.
I'm here to tell you they are still the truth.
And also they can hover. So they hover and they have an invulnerable save. They don't have to jink. They have tools. Like you're right.
And Bellator.
Obviously 360 was brutal and it makes sense because it is a dragon.
Yep. But there's multiple levels now. Like, cast a Cursed Earth and make sure that you're flying whenever you think 2 moves ahead that you cast a Cursed Earth.
Yep.
Now I have a 4-up inbound. Or like cast a shroud bubble. If this dude jinx now, he's not going to take any wounds, and you fly him off the board. And
there's a lot of tricks to them, and it's like what you can't. And also, like, the only reason that 360 mattered anyway is because you were doing the drive-by, hitting him with D3 vector strikes, and then flaming back. Well, vector strike sucks now against ground troops. So
yeah, so it's only doing one anyway. So like, yes, it did from the outside looking in, and it obviously not even just overall. I will completely admit it definitely is not as good, but it's not unplayable.
Not as autoplay.
No, but it is absolutely still effective. Spoiler alert again, it is just to follow up behind this flyer, the Vendetta. So many people, and us included, were talking about how horrible this flyer is in point cost. But as you'll see in a future battle report coming up, for 170, 180 points, they are still the truth.
It's
a lot of last cannons, man.
And yes, it sucks to only be able to carry 6 guys. But when that 6 guys are a special weapons team that is objective secured, that has 3 melta-guns in it, what? Now all of a sudden you have an objective secured Vendetta that has 3 twinling last cannons that can go to hover, and then pop out 3 guys that is going to bust out 3 melta-guns. Like, I mean, you'll see some layer stuff. I can't wait for this battle report.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of good battle reports lined up too.
But so I just wanted to. I don't mean to offend anybody. I will offend people in other manners, but I don't want to say they're bad 40K players. But all I'm saying is a Helldrake is a hidden tactical play now instead of just an auto take.
Truth. Yeah, we'll prove it. We'll bust it out in some battle reports and show them.
Yep.
Zach's got another good one. I'm gonna hit this real quick. Everyone is talking about AdeptiCon. Is it a definitely must? Need a trip out to the frozen north, Fenris? I guess he's out in Canada. He's like, yo, AdeptiCon, yes or no? Do I go?
It's as big as it's as big as the games day. It's got a new venue, fantastic environment, tons of events. We don't want to mention anything, but we got some stuff lined up there, coming up next year. We're going to try to
put it in perspective. We've actually discussed as a company that we might not go to any tournaments besides AdeptiCon in 2016 just because of time. That's how important that event is to us, that if we don't have enough time, we always have enough time for that event.
Yeah, I've pretty much worked with AdeptiCon since pretty much, I would say, 2/3 of its life. I've been interacting with them.
My first AdeptiCon was 2007.
Yep, and I think mine was 2006. And I tell you what, like, it's been crucial to my business endeavors in the past, and currently helping bring the hobby back.
Yeah, I'm a noob when it comes to the AdeptiCon game. Like, no lie, like I've been on the tournament scene for 10 years, but I just haven't made that commitment to go to AdeptiCon. Just because maybe the girth was too mighty. I don't know. Like it was
it's literally a billion miles away from North Carolina.
It is. But guess what? I started 3 years ago, and I literally never will miss one again. Like, it is not only is it a 40K event, it's everything else. It is literally a big Friday night magic with all your friends.
Yeah, and if you don't know anybody, you come and hang out with us at our tables.
Yeah,
and just
you know us.
We always hang out.
All right,
and we'll go get stupid at B-dubs.
And
we're right up the street.
Our back is against the wall, and there's still like 10 comments. We are going to hit them tonight on the podcast. So don't worry. Make sure you tune in and listen. But for real, when we say this, we mean this. Literally, fans come up and hang out with us. People that show good friends, people we don't even know, and they're still our friends. Literally will come in. You are one of us. You come back to our rooms. We hang out. We drink. We go to dinner. It is not. We aren't just those type of people that talk about, hey, you are our friends. Literally, us.
I'll tell you, I will drive you to the Buffalo Wild Wings on the street, and we'll get wasted, chocolate wasted.
Yep. You will hear jokes that you can never repeat to anybody else again. And you
can never say these things again.
Yeah. And you are part of the covenant. We will people's elbow drop other people for you.
And if your wife has to come and pick you up from that BW, we will still hold your army, and we'll give it back to you the next day. We will protect.
Yeah, we'll tell you. Don't worry about it. I got it.
Yeah, we got it.
Hotel room. Just
that might have happened.
I want to tell Amos. I want to touch on his comment in the podcast. I just want him to know I'm going to. He says, if you guys can talk some more about fluffy and good Slanesh Demon Marine builds on the podcast, I would appreciate it. He's like, I love blaster units. I love the feel of pain. He's like, I'm into the demons. And I was like, yo, literally, I got your back. I already know it off the top of my head. I've already built this list for in the past. I will talk about you, Amos, because I love talking about Chaos Space Marines fluffy plus demons.
They got
Yep.
that lash, right? That's the thing.
They have the lash, right? The old make you get closer lash. They still have that, right?
Yes.
Gnarls, definitely. We didn't get a chance to talk about you as well, but we're going to talk about that. Literally, this is why we do the podcast right after, to make sure that we can talk about everything. Nick Bush, we're going to hit you up, so make sure you guys tune in.
Juice is going to get out his notepad and write all this stuff down in a second. So,
Etch a sketch, dog. Get on my level.
Beast.
All right, take a picture of the screen or whatever. All right,
Yep,
I think that's about time, guys. Sorry, we got to wrap it up. We got a whole nother couple hours with the work to do tonight for y'all.
And drinks to drink.
Oh yeah, and definitely some drinks to drink. So if you haven't figured it out yet, definitely check out on Thursdays. We drop the webcast from last week. If you're not a veteran, this one will go up on the Hall of Veterans for a week ad free. Then we'll have the one from last week. We'll drop back to YouTube. Also, the podcast will go out at some point tomorrow whenever I sober up and get that out and going.
After I edit it, sober or not.
That's true. I didn't even think about that.
I've got to edit all the bad words out of it. Psych. I don't edit those.
It's explicit. You don't have to.
They're like, I lie to these guys. I'm like, dog, you don't know how hard audio editing is. It's so hard. I literally don't do anything.
Click, click, click. No,
One
so
take.
It is everywhere out there. You can check it out on Spiky Bits. It's on iTunes. Type in The Long War. It's on Libsyn/thelongwar.com or something. I don't even know. But you can search Long War Podcast.
It's like Libsyn/podcast/The Long War. Literally, just search The Long War in any one of these places.
Yeah, it'll find it anywhere. So definitely hit that up. If you haven't done so already, head on over to longwar.net. Become a veteran of The Long War. We got exclusive content, early access videos, all sorts of stuff over there. Check that out too, guys. Thank you so much tonight. Thank you guys for being with me, and we'll see you soon.